Hi, I'm Colleen and I don't like mushrooms.
And I'm Shannen and I don't like beans.
And we're
Picky Eaters! Where are we today, Colleen?
Today we're at Disney Springs.
It's very windy back here.
It is very windy back here.
We are at, I think it's pronounced Jaleo.
I believe so.
By Jose Andres.
Yes.
And we don't know what we're going to eat here.
No.
At all.
It's Spanish.
Spanish
It's a lot
food.
of tapas. We don't know what most of these words mean.
It's really like I look at the menu and my brain is like, that's in Spanish. Stop trying to read it.
Abort.
The descriptions are in English, but it's just hard for my brain to be like, wait, we can figure this out. Like, no, we should really know more Spanish as people who live in Florida.
It would be good.
But we're not good at learning languages.
You took Spanish.
Exactly. And
I
your
took
husband
French.
speaks fluent Spanish.
He does.
But
We should
here
have brought
we
him.
are. So you want to tell them about our new budget?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so after last episode, Dad laid down an ultimatum. And he
Our executive producer,
Dad, said that we can't spend more than $150.
Yeah.
And we can
with tax and gratuity.
And we can only order one alcoholic drink. Total. Not one per person. Total. Even if our bill is less than $150, we can still only get one alcoholic drink. So he is a life ruiner while also being the best daddy in the whole
best dad in the
world.
It's okay. I'm going to let Colleen drink alcohol.
Woohoo.
I know how much it means to her. Let's go eat some small plates.
Woo! Can we eat the food or just the plate?
Just the plate.
Okay, so we're here for dinner. There's tapas, so there's a lot of lots of things. So it starts with there's chef's tasting menus, which are 6 courses. It's $100 per person, and it's, our chef has picked their favorite things, or Jose Andres has picked his favorite things. And then there's this section, which is the Jamon Iberico experience, which is all about this specific ham from these legendary pigs, and it's cured for 4 years or something when he pointed it out and stuff. So it's got its whole section. And then there's Jose's favorite entree, I don't know, small bites. He said they're very the perfect bites, it's one bite, okay? And then you've got the charcuterie section, which has cheeses and cured meats and a couple again, there's always a box of favorites of here's 36 months cured ham. So there's all the cheeses and all the meats. And the cheeses is choose 3 or choose 5. Then you have the soup and salad section. And then you have the vegetable section. And then you have the fried items section, the seafood section, and then the meat section. And then there's a paella and rice section. So those are they feed 2 to 4 or 5 to 8 people, and the 5 to 8s are $150-ish or so, and the 2 to 4 is $70. Then there's a grill, which is great to share, and you can get an 8-ounce filet mignon for $72. You can get a ribeye for $165. So there's those things. Then there's sauces that cost money, and then there's sides, which don't have prices. Maybe the sides must go with the grill. You get to pick a side. So it was a lot. like going to the Cheesecake Factory. It's like 20.
Explain it all to us.
Yeah, I will say our waiter John, he's very nice. He liked my glasses, and he very detailed went through like this is how it works, and it's a wave of courses, and these are you go in this order and whatever. It was like good because or else I don't know what we would have done.
So John looked at us and was like, so the menu is all tapas. Have you ever had tapas before? And we have, because we went to the Morocco restaurant. I know we've had tapas other places. So we got, on the sort of charcuterie page, the bocata de jamon, perfect to share. Crystal bread brushed with tomato and extra virgin olive oil, topped with palatilla iberica de bellota, which is the special pig. And that's $23. We added manchego cheese for $3, so there'll be tomato on there that I don't like and cheese on there that Colleen doesn't like. So the cheese can't be on the side. But that's okay, we're here to try new things. Kind of. So then, in the vegetables section, we got tortilla de patatas, Spanish omelet with potato and onions for $15. And that you could get like medium or well done, and medium is more runny, and that's what they recommend, so that's what we got. Then we got the gambas al ajillo, the very, very famous tapa of shrimp sauteed with garlic, which is $19. There's also the more expensive $30 head-on shrimp with garlic, extra virgin olive oil, prepared as Jose does in the summer. So I assume that's kind of similar flavors, but it's head-on shrimp. But we got the cheaper one. And then we got, for $75, a small paella, arroz con pollo y verduras, rice with chicken, vegetables, and mushrooms. And it does note, please allow up to 45 minutes of prep time for all paellas. So when we ordered everything, he did say they were all good choices, and we're going to have a good time.
We were given 4, because we each had a red menu book, and then the yellow menu book, which is alcohol, and then a green menu book, which was the wine list. And they did have a lot of bottles of wine you could get, along with glasses of wine. And there was the whole beer list in there. And then in here, there's sangria, cocktails, gin and tonics, vermouths. It lists like 2 beers and some draft beers, but there was more beer in that other menu, some non-alcoholic cocktails and non-alcoholic beverages. I got the rosé sangria, which has rosé, gin, vermouth, seasonal fruit, and citrus. And a glass was $13. You could also get a half pitcher for $35 and a pitcher for $58. And I would have gotten a half pitcher, but I can't. That's good. I think I'm getting the vermouth. It's like what's hitting me more, but it's good. It's refreshing. It's so hot. I will say it was filled to the brim. Like this glass was completely full, which is cool. So yeah, I think I like that. I'll just sip it slowly while that leaf pokes me in the face.
So for my drink, I got Mexican Coke. They have options of Mexican soda, Mexican Coke, Mexican Sprite, Mexican Fanta for $8. So it's just the bottled Coke from Mexico. It's, he said, made with actual sugar cane instead of simple syrup. I mean, it basically just tastes like Coke to me. It doesn't taste that different. But it is refreshing. It is hot outside.
I didn't realize this was a sandwich. I don't know, I thought it would be little pieces of bread. That explains why like the cheese can't be on the side. Although the cheese could totally be on the side, but okay. I guess that's mostly okay. But I was like, oh, this is fine. And then I think the cheese really hit my palate, and I was like, ooh. I'm gonna take the cheese off.
All right, I already took a bite. Colleen's giving me her cheese. Yeah, the cheese definitely hits you more like after taste. Not too tomatoey. I was worried about the tomato, but I mean, mostly you're getting the ham. Which I'm not a huge ham person. Well, not a huge like smoked ham person, but it's pretty good. The bread's good. The bread is way softer than it looks. Like it's very soft. It's very easy to bite through.
Okay, this is huge. I'm like, there's mushrooms in this, and I think I know what the mushroom is, but I'm not positive. There's what look like brown green beans, and they kind of look like earthworms, but I'm gonna eat this. Okay. So there's like a garlic aioli, which I guess I didn't have in my bite. My waiter came and like spread fancily on our plates. It's like there's some flavor that I'm like, what is that? I think it's that like it's like kind of a spice profile that I'm like not accustomed to. So you're like, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that like. Okay, shrimp. There's too much stuff here. Well, it looks like the tails have already been cut off, so that's nice. Yeah, that's good shrimp. I think I got whatever's on top of it. Garlic, like a chunk of garlic that just was suddenly like, oh, this is hard. But the shrimp is good. Hey, look, I'll have a bite of this piece of bread. Yeah, good shrimp, good bread. It's just you know, white bread. The shrimp's good, like a good garlic sauce. I think the guy when he dropped it off said brandy. I don't really taste that, but garlic, shrimp, good. Okay, so for dessert, I got the Tarta de Santiago, which is a Spanish almond flour pastry with apple cider compote and caramelized almonds, served with vanilla ice cream. And there's like flowers on top of it that I guess you can eat. They kind of look like lettuce. That's good. It almost just tastes like apple pie in a different form. But not with like chunks of apple. Like it's very creamy, easy to put your spoon into.
Okay, I got the pan con chocolat. Chocolate custard with caramelized bread, olive oil, and brioche ice cream for $12. So he said this is one of his favorite desserts. And because there's like a lot going on, and there is indeed a lot going on. When the waitress brought it out, she set it down and then she drizzled olive oil on it, so they do like that drizzle right at the end. Okay. So the mousse is like in this chocolate ball. The olive oil adds this extra like saltiness that's fun. The ice cream's good. It's really good chocolate. Yeah, that's really nice. Like there's a bit of saltiness, like I said, but it's mostly sweet. I like it, and it's a good portion. I'm gonna eat it all. On the Disney Springs medallion framed right on purpose.
Totally.
All on purpose. That's good food.
Yeah.
We were very worried Mom was very worried about us. Mom just kept being like, well, you can get the garlic shrimp. And she just randomly we're not even talking about where we're going, and Mom would just be in the home and be like, Shannen, I don't know what you're gonna eat at this place. I'm like, I don't know either, Mom. That's why we're going there for our show. But we figured it out. We had a very nice waiter,
John,
who we usually aren't conversationalists, but we had some good conversations with John.
He explained everything.
That's what's important. And I'm sure that they're, supposed to explain things when they see white people, and, it's part of the training, but you could tell he was sincerely enthusiastic and liked talking to people.
I heard him talking to other tables. One table where he said he was like, I'm not going to work somewhere I don't like the food.
Which I think is good.
That's fair.
So John was great.
It was great.
Okay, so our drinks, our one alcoholic drink was your sangria.
My rosé sangria, which I liked. I think it was different. It was Spanish sangria versus Italian sangria, and I think that they're probably different. So it was vermouth and gin with the rosé and fruit. I liked it. I drank it all. It seemed very small, but I think it was the glass that it was in. If it had been in a wine glass, it might have just seemed bigger, but it filled the entire glass, spilled when you set it down. I would have drank another one. It was good. I liked it. You had Mexican Coke.
I had Mexican Coke, which basically just tasted like Coke to me. I guess, after sipping it more, I was like, okay. I think I probably could have noticed a difference if I drank regular Coke more often.
Sure.
The umbrella is shaking. Hey, Shannen, wait, I have an idea. Sorry, the wind was messing with our very professional setup.
The, camera has died multiple times, so we're now on a cell phone, and Shannen doesn't have a cell phone tripod. But
I do.
Clear, she owns one.
I should start carrying it.
So the phone is propped on the takeout boxes, leaning against her backpack.
So Mexican Coke to me tasted like normal Coke, but I don't drink Coke a lot. So the other options were Sprite or Fanta, because it was like, oh, I'll get one of these Mexican sodas. I don't drink any soda very much. So I don't know if either of the other ones might have tasted more obviously different. I do think there was a little bit less of a stickiness, a syrup kind of thing. But no, I mean, I think if you like Coke, you would like Mexican Coke.
I mean, yes.
Then we got our bread thing.
The sandwich.
It was a sandwich. It didn't say sandwich on the menu.
But it was a sandwich.
But that's fine. It was good.
Yeah, I took a bite of it with the cheese, and then because it wasn't hot and melted or anything, I just took the cheese off.
And then I got to eat the cheese, and I kind of actually just liked eating the slices of cheese. It was good manchego cheese. But I mean, we ate that.
Yeah, it was, I wasn't but it was fine.
It was nice. And that was the big ham for your...
This was the 3-year ham.
3-year.
Because there was a 4-year ham, but this is the 3-year
and
ham.
It's the ham is a vegetarian ham.
The pigs are vegetarian.
The pigs.
They just eat acorns and something.
Mushrooms.
They don't eat slop.
So it's good ham because the pigs ate well before we killed them.
To eat them.
So I truly don't have an opinion about all that. So, but it was good ham, it was good cheese, it was good bread, nice soft bread. Then we got the biggest thing ever.
The paella.
It was the size of our table. It was why do you guys have tables this small? You have dishes this big.
And we ate maybe half of it.
Not quite half of it.
Not quite half of it. I asked what something was, and it was a mushroom, and he said there were 3 types of mushrooms. So there was a lot of mushrooms.
And a lot of different veggies.
I don't like mushrooms, so I was kind of trying to eat around them. The chicken was good.
It was also mixed together that the mushroom wasn't very noticeable to me.
I could see it.
You could see it. I know.
knew it was there.
It was very good chicken.
Yes.
It was. I mean, it was good. It was like. I mean, you kind of said not really the flavors that we would go for,
used to, but I liked it.
it was nice. And we got that to take home. Then they just filled our table with more stuff.
It said on the menu that the paella would take, or could take, up to 45 minutes. It did not take 45 minutes.
No.
We were there like 4:30.
So dinner starts at 4.
Yeah, so there were, I mean, when we walked in, I was like, I don't think we needed reservations. There was no one here, but it had filled up by the time we left.
Yeah, it clearly is like more people more come for dinner.
Yeah, so I think that how long it takes probably has to, because it's such a big pan, probably has to do with this space in like the oven.
Yeah.
And you can only cook so many at a time, especially because theoretically there is a larger size.
Yeah, we got the small one. So there's a bigger one for the size of a bigger table.
Yeah.
So then we got the garlic shrimp. That was great.
That was good. Yeah.
He was telling us all about, the reduction and the brandy.
Olive oil and brandy and
it tasted like garlic shrimp.
It was good.
It tasted like and it came with bread.
And we did dip the bread into like the shrimp juice, and that was good.
It's a nice kind of buttery flavor.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that bread we got with the shrimp was different from the bread with the sandwich. It didn't really taste different. Like it was kind of like a baguette type of bread.
But it was like crunchy bread.
It was crunchy, and you could tell like it was shaped different. It's just that they have different kinds of breads, and I think that's just a nice touch. I remember when we ate at Coral Reef, because Coral Reef's been on my mind since Space 220, that the croutons in my salad were the same as the bread, the free bread we got, which was not really a bad thing, because I liked the bread, but just like, they have one type of bread at this restaurant. This place, Jaleo, has multiple types of bread.
These 2 times. So then we had the omelet with potato and onion in it. I never was like, ooh, onion, but that's fine. I liked that a lot. I think that might have been my favorite of the entree bits.
It felt very like simple in a good way.
It was good.
Simple in like a flavors way, not necessarily in a like, this was such a simple dish for them to make. It might be, I don't know, but
it was only like
crafted.
a couple flavors versus a bunch of flavors.
And so like the garlic shrimp, like he mentioned that they put like a pepper thing on it, but it's not spicy.
No.
I think that was my favorite, the garlic shrimp. And then we had our desserts, and I ordered the only chocolate one because that's what I do, and he was very excited about that. It was a good mix of like sweet and salty. What did you get?
It was like an almond cake, but with like apple pie compote and vanilla ice cream. It was very good. It was like, it was very apple pie-esque, but like not chunky, kind of, with a very I'm like, was there cake here? I don't know. But it was really good. I ate all of it. That was actually, I think, my favorite thing that we ate was the dessert.
I will say, we were talking with the waiter about how nice the portions are, because sometimes you get to the end of a meal, the portions of the dessert, the paella was huge, obviously, because sometimes you get to the end of the meal and you don't have room for dessert. These are very small. Now I will say, I like how small they were. Maybe not quite $10 worth. $12, that's what I meant.
But like, the portion, the paella was a lot of food. We hadn't had the paella, and we'd gotten like one other tapas. Like you had 3 tapas, or I guess we had 3 tapas and the paella. Yeah. So if we had done like 4 tapas, I think like that would have probably been like a good amount of food to like not have a ton of leftovers.
The paella was $75. So that is...
You could just eat there.
Yeah, I mean... And it's for 2 to 4 people. So I can definitely see how 4 people could eat the whole thing. Yeah, so I mean, I think that if we hadn't gotten the paella, we would have gotten something else, and we probably... Because we also got the omelet boxed up. We probably would have finished the omelet.
Yeah. Because I thought about finishing the omelet, but it was like, I want dessert.
Yeah, so. It was like, well, we're also getting this in a box. So yeah, it was all pretty good. There was nothing we disliked.
No.
I mean, you didn't like the cheese, but you knew that.
But I knew that going in. Like, the paella had a lot of mushrooms in it, so it was kind of like, at a certain point, I was like, I'm done eating this. But there were other things to eat. Rob's gonna love it.
I will say, too, for picky eaterness, I don't think that you could customize a lot of these. Now there are a lot of options.
Yeah, there are a lot of options, but I think if you are a really picky eater and like if you're pickier than we are, I don't think you should go here.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, man, I love charcuterie, and you're like, I just want to eat.
Unless you want to pay $100 for a steak.
I mean, yeah. But you know, because you could just get like the shark. If you're like, I know that I like meat and cheese.
Yeah.
But if you're a really picky eater, you might not feel comfortable with all these different types of cheeses or all these different types of meats. So I would say if you're a picky eater, that you should not go to this restaurant. I would not advise it. You know, we did like it. And we were able to like find things that we would eat.
It definitely worked out better than I thought it would.
Yes, I was.
I think if you do want to be adventurous, if other people want to come here, if you look at the menu and you're like, oh, there's one or two things I think I would try. And
you know, it's these small plates, so you could get something, being like, I want to try something. I can get something for $15, and if I hate it, I can go get chicken nuggets.
And go on Jaleo.com, and you can sign up to get $50 off when you spend $150. You have to download the iKind app, which then you can use for other. And it's one of those apps where you get like cash back when you spend money at restaurants or whatever. So do that and get $50 off your $150. So your dad doesn't get mad. But we did go $6 over.
$156. That is with the 20%. Was it 20% or 10%?
Discount?
Yeah.
I don't know what the AP discount was. There was
with our pass holder discount,
and then tip.
$50 off.
We wouldn't have gotten the paella if we didn't have the $50 off.
It's true.
Because we were like, okay, we have this coupon thing, so we can get this thing that he really hyped up.
Yeah. I think if you were to go, you'd either get paella or you'd get small plates.
Yeah.
You don't need to get both.
Unless you're with like a big group.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like we could have just gotten the paella or just gotten small plate. Like I said, like one more small plate and it would have been fine. You know, probably not even one more small plate. And so it was one of those like, it was good, but I would not advise it if you're
not a picky eater and you like Spanish food.
And you might love it.
And so we're gonna rate this place.
Yeah, we do.
Any ideas?
I don't know, because like we didn't dislike. I mean, the paella had a lot of mushrooms in it, so like it wasn't like.
I didn't like love the paella. Like if we went again,
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do the paella unless it was like, you know, I was with a big group and they wanted to get paella. Then sure, I would have a scoop of paella.
Like, I mean, stuff was good. I wasn't like blown away by anything. I liked things.
I would eat there again.
Yes, I probably wouldn't like choose like me. I'm picking. I probably wouldn't be like, I want to eat there again. But if someone was like, I want to eat here, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we can eat there. I know that I could eat there. But I do think it's that like, for picky eaters, I just don't think it's a good choice.
Yeah, it's that like I kind of feel bad giving it like a lower score
because it wasn't bad, but it's not.
What about like a 3.5?
Okay, sure.
I think that's fair because I would give it like a higher score for the food,
just based on the food,
but lower score for like picky eaterness.
Yeah, sure. We could do that. What? I love you? What are we doing?
It's my drink.
Remember when we used to eat chicken nuggets?
We were going to go to Cosmic Rays.
After every episode, it was our plan.
If COVID hadn't hit,
then we might
nothing would have stopped us. At least for the first couple of years. Okay.
3.5 out of 5 chicken nuggets.
Okay.
I totally meant for us to like figure out where we're going to go next as we like walked over here.
And then we didn't.
We could stop and do it
Okay.
now,
Where are we going next time, Colleen?
Next time we're gonna eat at Citrico's, which is at the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
We're going there for Dapper Day.
Yeah.
See you at Dapper Day if you'll be there.
Happy Easter if you
Happy
celebrate
Easter.
Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, candy will be on sale tomorrow, so who cares? Bunnies.
Bunnies! Okay.
Follow us on social media at WDW Picky Eaters on the socials.
The socials. Instagram, X, TikTok,
Facebook. Tumblr,
Yeah.
didn't you make a Tumblr?
I made a Tumblr, so follow us there. And then once I have followers, I'll post stuff. Okay. Alrighty.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
to our channel.
Like this video.
Sign up.
Comment.
Yeah, comment where'd you like us to eat. Sign up for notifications.
Yeah.
All those things.
Click the bell. Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.